So I had an idea when I was responding to a comment on, I think, the Fox 155 video that I released earlier on today, like basically informing people on the NS server that it is the next vehicle that's going to be available for 25 million credits. So I was responding to that comment and I had the idea that this could just be a test version of the black market. And I'll just explain what I mean by that. This could just be like the testing of like the base idea for it. They could expand to they could expand on the black market to no end. If you think about it, there's really nothing they can't do with this mode, or not with this mode. Mode's the wrong word. With this sort of event, because like this one here is pretty bare bones. If you think about it, there's not really that much to it. There's a timer to count down the changeover to the next offer. There's like a counter telling you how many tanks have been bought, and there's a thing just telling you how much it's going to cost, and there's just like a wee background image, and there's a little tile here you can click on, things like that. So it's a relatively basic version of this here. They could do so many things with this. Like, just to give you an example, like if they were to have, like, as an example, like multiple offers. So imagine like you have like the Fox 155 and the Death Star. Both are tank destroyers, both are special tier 10s. If you flipped the image for the Fox 155 and had the gun like pointing towards the right and had a Death Star sitting here, then it would look like it would be like the Fox 155 versus the Death Star, and then you could have like a sort of like an outline on each tank, where if you click one of them, it'll bring you to the offer that's available for that tank. Click the other one, it would do the same but for the other tank. And then once you buy one of the vehicles, it like locks away the other one. You can't get the other one. So it would make you like choose between which vehicle you thought was like more important to own. Just to give you like an example of that there. Just I think that would be an interesting thing to do with this here sort of feature, but there's so many other things they could do with it. So expanding upon the previous thing that I mentioned, where you have like two different offers that are available. Imagine if there was like a permanent offer that was available for just the duration of the black market event. Imagine this to have like one offer which is just continuously available, unlimited quantity of vehicles, which is just available continuously throughout the entire event. That's just like down here in like the bottom right corner, so you can click on it anytime and you can go and buy whatever vehicle it is that's just available in an unlimited quantity, so everybody can get. So it doesn't even have to be like a tier 8 premium. It could be like a tier 5, tier 6 premium or something like that there, that's just always available here in the bottom right, and everyone can go and get that there. That way everybody can get something from the black market, which I think would be a cool way of doing things, and will allow people to get access to vehicles they wouldn't normally have access to. I think that would just be like a nice thing just to like do, like for people to actually get access to as many things as possible, like from this particular feature. So another thing they could do, like I brainstormed for literally 5 minutes and I had so many ideas for like what you could do with this here. There's a few of them which I doubt would ever make it, but I have two more here which I'm just going to run over in this video. Another one is like say everybody gets like 3 tokens, and everybody can like reserve a deal for up to like 4 hours. Let's say 4 hours is like the time period, and you can reserve a tank while it's in stock for up to 4 hours. So as an example, the Type 59 gold is on sale. You can use your reserve coin on that, and it would reserve the tank for 4 hours. That will allow you time to go and buy the gold in order to purchase the vehicle in the game. So that's just an example of what you could do with that. Or like they could do that for every vehicle that's available, but you only have 3 coins that you can use, and it's up to you to use them wisely. So I feel like that would be like a really interesting thing, because it would involve like thought about like, do I want to use my coin on this vehicle, or do I want to wait to see what other vehicles come up, or do I want to like reserve this vehicle like multiple times, or just general things like that there. I think that would just be like a cool just implementation, just to like allow people a bit more like freedom, like or well, not freedom, I guess freedom's actually I guess the word freedom does work for this, like freedom to like go and just buy stuff from the premium shop and then come back and then purchase the thing. Because right now, like the way it works, and I guess this kind of works to Wargame's advantage, you kind of have to have the stuff on your account beforehand if you want to be guaranteed to get the vehicle that you want. So it kind of works more for Wargaming in that regard. But if they want to do something for the players, then I think the token idea where you can reserve vehicles, I think would work pretty well. And the last idea, which I think could be very interesting, is the idea of like having like a credit cost for a vehicle which is substantially more expensive, and having a gold cost for a vehicle which is substantially discounted. So as an example, the IS-6B. So imagine there was an IS-6B on sale for like 7,000 gold, but there was also like a credit cost of like 10 million. So out of those like two costs, like technically the 7,000 gold is a lot cheaper, and it's nearly half the price of what an IS-6 is normally. So if you have the gold, you can get the vehicle at a substantial discount, but if you want to get it for credits, you do have the option of doing that. So that way it would give people just more options on like how to obtain vehicles from the black market. There's so much, there are unlimited things that they could do with this here. Practically unlimited things that they could do with this. I was just brainstorming for 5 minutes before making this video, and like I can come up with like just like endless ideas of what they could do with this here. Like I am really looking forward to seeing what they do with this mode in the future, because there's so many things that they could do, and I feel like if Wargaming asks for feedback on like what they could do with this mode, I feel like I could write a list of like 5 or 6 different things easily that they could just add to it and just allow people to use. I genuinely think like the limit is like Wargame's imagination when it comes to this event, and I really look forward to seeing what they're going to do with this, because I honestly feel like this version of the black market was probably just a test.